Good morning students. Today we are going to study addition of integers. So when we add whole numbers, we simply add the whole numbers and the work is done. But when we add integers, then we have to actually find out whether we have to add them or whether we have to subtract them. Now this means what? That in whole numbers we have only positive numbers. So when we have to add them, we simply add them. But in integers, we have positive numbers also, we have negative numbers also. So according to the positive and the negative numbers that we have, we decide whether we have to add it or we have to subtract it, and then we solve it. So let's first study how we can find this out. So if we have two integers where both the integers are positive, two integers where both the integers are positive, then we say we add them. Yes. Similarly, if we have two integers and both the integers are negative, the first integer is also negative, the second integer is also negative, then also we say that we add them. So what is add here is add. When I say I have two integers that are positive, means this is the sign with the number, whether it is a positive number or a negative number. Now when I am saying add them is the operation that I am talking about. Okay. Now if I have one integer negative and the other integer positive, or I say if the first integer is positive or the second integer is negative. So now in this case we subtract them. Means the operation that we are going to use is subtraction. We are going to subtract the two integers. Okay, so what we can see here is plus plus or minus minus. Means when two integers are there that have same sign. Same sign means both have positive sign, both have negative sign. When they have same sign, then we add those integers. And in this case, what we can say, when two integers have opposite sign. First is negative, second is positive. First is positive, second is negative. So signs are opposite. When two integers have opposite sign, we subtract them. Okay, this is rule number 1. Now there is one more thing that we have to remember before we solve or we add or subtract integers is brackets. If there are two signs, one is inside the bracket and the other one is outside the bracket, then you have to solve those sign and then you can solve the expression that is given there. Okay, now this means what? That if any number is like this, that if there is a bracket, a number is there and then that number is positive, and outside the bracket also a number is positive, the sign is positive. Second case is that outside the bracket the sign is negative, inside the bracket the number that I have is negative. One more case can be there, that outside it is positive and the number that is there is negative. Outside it is, the sign is negative and the number that I have inside is positive. So this is what brackets here are, that how we solve these brackets. We have to first solve these brackets. That right now I can see that two sign are there. So first of all you have to solve the two sign and then you can solve the expression further. So how we solve it? This says that both the sign are same, plus and plus. So plus plus is plus, minus minus is also plus. So plus plus is plus. So this time it will be plus. Now minus minus is also plus. So in this case when we solve the brackets, the number will become positive. Now plus minus or minus plus is minus, subtraction. So what we'll say, plus minus is minus. So in this case when we solve the bracket, it will become negative. Now minus plus is also minus. So when we solve this bracket, it will become minus. Now this is something that you have to remember. These rules you have to remember when you add or subtract integers. Okay, I'm revising this again for you, that plus plus is plus, so it will become plus A. Minus minus is also plus, so it will become plus A. Same sign, positive. Opposite sign, negative. So plus minus minus, minus plus minus. Now with the help of this, we will do few questions so that this concept will be more clear to you. So as I said that when the sign are same, then we add. So let's take that example first where the sign are same. So I am taking a simple easy question, that is 8 plus 20. Now you can consider it as a whole number, you can consider it as an integer since both the numbers are positive. So when both the number are positive, things are easy, we have to simply add them. So 8 plus 20 is 28. Easy. Now let's take one more example where both the numbers that I have to add are negative. So here I am adding what? I am adding two negative numbers. Okay. Now one more thing I said, that you cannot solve the numbers till the time you have brackets. So the first thing that we will do here is we'll remove the brackets so that it turn into a simpler expression, and then we will solve it. So this will remain the same as there is no number, no symbol out here. Now when you solve this, then signs are opposite, plus and minus, sign is opposite, so plus minus minus. So you have minus 7, you have minus 10. Now minus minus, as we have said, minus minus is plus. So we will add this. So minus minus plus, so we'll add this will become 17. Now there is one very common mistake that you people do here, is when I say minus minus plus, then many of you write as 7 plus 10, because minus minus is plus, so you write 7 plus 10, which is wrong. You cannot change the sign here. When you write plus in between this, then you're actually changing the sign. So you don't have to change the sign, or you don't have to write it anywhere. You have to just understand this, that whether I have to add the numbers or I have to subtract the number. So minus minus is plus, so I have added these two numbers, 7 and 10. Now this is one thing. Now the last most important thing is, what should be the sign with 17? So how we put the sign? We always put the sign of the bigger number, numerically bigger number. Okay, we are not talking about the sign here, we are only talking about numerically bigger number. So if I am saying numerically bigger number, then I will not assume these two sign out here. I will only assume these two numbers. I will see 7 and 10, and out of 7 and 10, 7 is bigger, 10 is bigger. So I will see the sign along with 10, and I can see that 10 is negative, so the answer here will also be negative. So the answer will be minus 17. Okay. Now this is the case when we are saying that the sign with the number are same. So plus plus is plus, minus minus is also plus, so we have added, but sign of the bigger number, so it is negative minus 7. So it is negative 17, or you can say minus 17. Now let's take the next number. Here I'll be taking a positive number and a negative number. So let's first take a positive number and a negative number. So 10 is positive and 17 is negative, and you have to add them, so addition sign is there. Now first, as I said, solve the bracket, convert these two into one sign, and then solve it. So this 10 will remain 10 because there is no sign here. Plus minus, opposite sign, plus minus, opposite sign, so it will be minus, and it is 17. Now what we can see, that this 10 is positive and this 17 is negative. So opposite sign, plus minus, opposite sign, so plus minus is minus. So we will subtract 10 and 17. Subtract 10 and 17, so 17 minus 10 is 7. So the answer here is 7. Now you have to check that which sign you have to put. So as I said, you have to check numerically which number is bigger. So if I see out of 10 and 17, which number is bigger? 17 is bigger. So 17 is bigger, and a negative sign is there along with 17. So my answer will also be negative. So it will be minus 7. Now let's take one more example. Now in this case, I am taking the first number negative and the second number positive. Okay, so this first number is minus 8 and second number is plus 16. Now I have to add them again. Plus minus plus opposite sign, so minus plus is minus. This means I have to subtract the two numbers. Now one more very important thing is, when you say that you have to subtract the two number, many of you write this. Many of you do this mistake, that plus minus is minus, so you write 8 minus 16. Now this 8 minus 16 is completely wrong numerically. Why? Because here I am saying that this step is saying that 8 is negative and 16 is positive. But the moment you write this is saying 16 is negative and 8 is positive, which will be exactly opposite what is given in the question. So you cannot write this. You have to only understand that what is the operation that I am doing here. Since minus plus is minus, so I have to subtract the two number. So 16 and 8. Subtract 16 and 8. Answer is 8. So you will write 8. Now again you have to put the sign. So when I see this 8 and 16 numerically, so 16 is bigger. 16 as a positive sign along with it. So this 8 will remain positive, means plus. And as I said that putting a positive sign in front of a positive number is not required. So you simply write 8 and it will be correct. Okay. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Same sign, add them. Same sign, add them. Opposite sign, subtract them. Opposite sign, subtract them. Now let's take, till now I have taken only two numbers. Let's take three numbers. If I have three numbers that I have to solve, let's take an example. 42 plus so here I am adding three numbers, out of which 42 and 7 is positive and 18 is negative. So the first thing, as I said, is to first solve this bracket. Before we add or subtract any number, solve the bracket. So first step is to solve the bracket. So 42 will remain as it is. Now plus minus. Opposite sign, plus minus is minus. Opposite sign is always minus. Plus 7. Now the best way, now what you can do is you can subtract these two. Whatever is the answer, then add 7 to it. This is one way. And the other way that I always suggest to my students is arrange the numbers. When you arrange positive together, when you arrange negative together, then things will become easy, and the best part is that you don't do any mistake. So this is what I am doing. I am writing 42 and I am not writing 18. I am first writing 7 because these two are positive numbers, so I want to write them together, and then at the end I will write the negative numbers. Okay. So I am actually following the BODMAS also, which says add and then subtract. Now add these two. This is 49 minus 18. Now solve this. This will be 31. Now when we solve this, then what we have to check is sign. This 49 is positive and it is the bigger number out here. So this 31 is also positive. Okay. Now let's take one more number. 23 minus 41 minus 20. Or you can say, let's do one more step in this. That here what I have done, I have taken two negative numbers and I have taken one positive number. Okay. So as the first step says, solve the bracket. So 23 remains as it is. Plus minus, opposite sign, so minus. Plus minus, opposite sign, so minus. Okay. Now as I say that arrange positive together, negative together. So if I see here, the numbers are already arranged. The negative numbers are together, the positive is one side. Okay. Now here what will I do? I will not solve these two first. I will add first. And how can I add? I know same sign is addition. Yes. So minus minus, same sign. So minus minus will be plus. So we will leave 23 as it is and we will first solve this minus minus. Okay. So minus minus is plus. So I will add these two. This will become 52. Now the sign of the bigger number. So out of these two, 41 is bigger and it has a negative sign. So the answer is also negative. Okay. Now This 23 is as it is, minus 52. Now solve this. Now this is positive, this is negative. Plus minus is minus. So now let's solve this. When we will solve this will be 52 minus 23. So this will be 12 minus 9. 3 will be 9. This will become 2. Now the number, sign of the number, sign in with the number. So this is positive, this is negative. 52 is bigger here. So along with it is a negative sign. So my answer is also negative. Okay. I hope this is clear to everyone now. How to add integers. Okay. Solve the brackets. Solve the numbers according to the sign that is had. Same sign, add them. Opposite sign, subtract them. It's an easy rule. If you remember this line, these two lines, you will always do questions correctly. Now, when we add integers, then one very important thing is we are following few properties. As I said here, that I want to rearrange and then I want to solve. Okay. So this means I know that even if I rearrange, it will not change my answer. Yes, I know that if I rearrange, I will not change. It will not change my answer, and that is why I am rearranging. And this says that there should be few properties of integers. So the first property that we have is closure property. Now, what is closure property? Closure property says that if I add two integers, then the answer will always be an integer. Now this means what? That if I have, suppose as I have done, 8 plus 20 is 28. This means 8 is an integer, 20 is integer, and the answer of the two is 28. It is also an integer. Now this is what says closure property, that I take any two integers a and b, and when I add them, then the answer is always an integer. This is the first property. Now second property is commutative. Commutative property. What is commutative property? That I add integer in any order, the answer will remain the same. Now this means what? That if I do A plus B or I do B plus A, my answer will remain the same. Now let's check this, that whether this is correct or not. This is correct, as because what I was doing when I was solving three questions with three integers, I was rearranging them. Yes, I rearranged them and then I was solving it, because I know I add in any order, my answer will not change. So let's take an example quickly and then solve it. Let's take 3 plus minus 2. So when I say 3 plus minus 2, so plus minus is minus, so minus 2, and it is equal to 1. Now let's change the order here. I'll write 2 minus 2 first and then positive 3. So now this will be minus 2 plus 3. Plus minus, opposite sign, so plus minus is minus. So 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 is greater, it has positive sign, so this is also positive. So this is also 1, this is also 1. The only difference here is that the order of the two numbers are changed. First here it is 3 and first here it is 2. So it does not make any difference that if I change the order, the answer will always remain same. This is called commutative property. Now let's take the next property. The next property is distributive property. Sorry, associative property. Now what is associative property? Associative property says that here I have taken two numbers and I am saying that it is true for two numbers. Then it is also true for 3. If I take 3 numbers, I take A plus B plus C. Now this means what? A bracket is there, means I am adding B plus C first, then I am adding it to A. Yes? Now this will remain the same even if I add A and B first, and whatever is the answer, then I add C to it. So this remains the same, means I take B and C and then solve it and then add it to it, or I add A and B and then add it to C, the answer will remain the same. This is what? This is associative property, and this is what we have done. Now the next property is, fourth property is additive identity. Identity, additive and identity, there are two words. Okay, so additive means I have to add something, and identity means what? If you take your identity card, what you can see with the identity card? You can see yourself. Okay, so similarly additive identity means I have to add a number such that it does not change the identity of the given number. Okay, I have to add a number such that it does not change the identity of my given number. This means what? That if I have 5, then I add something to this 5 and my 5 remains 5. This is called additive identity. So what will be additive identity here? That if I take 0, then if I take 0, then what will happen? 0 added to any number will remain the same. The number will remain the same. It will not change. Take a negative number and do the same thing, the number will remain the same. Okay, so additive identity in integers also is 0, that I add 0 to any number and the number remains the number. I add it in any order, because whether I write 0 here or I write here, 0 right there, if I write 0 here or I write 0 here, the answer remains the same, means A will remain A, it will not change. The identity of the number is not changing here when I am adding something to it. So it is additive identity. Now last is additive inverse. Inverse means what? Inverse is opposite. Yes, inverse means opposite, that if I have 5, then let's add something here which is opposite. Yes, which is opposite. So what happens when we take opposite things? That if I take opposite things, what happens? Then we get nothing. Same and opposite thing, then we get nothing. So this means I take something that is same and opposite. So my answer will be nothing, means, or I can say my answer will be 0. So same and opposite. So if it is plus 5, I will take minus 5. So the additive inverse of plus 5 is minus 5. Because when I add these two, the answer will always be 0. Plus minus is minus. So 5 plus 5 minus is 0. If I take a negative number, then what will I say? Then the additive identity will be a positive number. So we can say in both the way that 5 is additive inverse of minus 5 or minus 5 is additive inverse of 5. So what we can write here is A is additive inverse of B if A plus B is equal to 0. Or we can simply say that I change the sign of A and it becomes 0. Or minus A plus A is 0. Okay, this is additive inverse. Now this is it for today. Now we'll be sending, along with this video, we'll be sending you few instructions and along with the exercise that are there in your book, which we feel is not sufficient for practicing addition of integers. So we are sending you few more questions along with it. Do those questions in your fair notebook and submit your work as written in the or mentioned in the instructions accordingly. Thank you so much.